You can steal somebody's whole entire life and pretend to be them, and nobody would ever know. Like, you literally could steal every aspect of who somebody is and start a whole nother account somewhere, and you have enough pictures, enough potential content, or even money or resources to make it look legitimate enough. You literally could steal somebody's entire life, and people would not be able to tell the difference. And it's a very sad state to be in. Like, when we used to talk about cloning, we thought it was like cloning. Like, remember in the movie Blade, when they went to that lab and it was all rows and rows and rows and rows of like human beings that I guess they were going to eventually like feed off of, and they were gonna it was like a testing center, but it was basically to preserve, to have, I guess when people began to turn, they were always gonna have like a never-ending supply of poison to be able to, so people can feed, which is interesting because energy vampires and people that energy harvest, they feed off of your energy. So when people steal from you, that is energy harvesting. When people mock you, when people dress like you, when people steal your content and use it as their own, that is energy harvesting. Because most of these people don't have a personality of their own. They don't have their own philosophies and ways of thinking. They haven't developed themselves enough as individuals. They just do enough to conform to societal norms and expectations because they don't really have the courage to stand alone. And then somebody such as myself, who doesn't give a damn about anything or anybody, who who's being on their own, these are the people that get stolen from. And that's what's so funny to me. It's like, you are the same people that ostracize the weirdos, the misfits, the outcasts, the unique people, the eccentric people. You push us out and say, oh, we don't want you here, you can't sit with us, but y'all the main motherfuckers that's stealing our work. Because it's really the wave. We are the weirdos are the future. You dummy? Age of Aquarius. The weirdos are the future. Hello? Age of Aquarius is at least the next 200 years, baby. You better get ready. It's going to be a lot of weird shit happening. It's going to get real sci-fi around here. So all you practical people, honey, that they got to walk in a straight line, you better understand, honey, things is about to get real gnarly. So you better buckle up, buttercup. Okay? Period. So the title of the video is Bearing Falsehood, because there is just, I have just never seen so many frauds in my life. Like, I just be like, ugh, like go real, like, ugh. Like, every time I see you hoes, it's just, ugh. Every time I try to my edit, ugh. I just, ugh. Just a mean mug for life. Just, That's all I think when I see you bitches. Like, I just, You wake up in the morning, it's just, I look at your body, Just, yuck. Just flush the toilet. Get him out of here. Scream. Since motherfuckers is listening to my shit, let me put you on Front Street, baby. Let me talk about you. Let me talk about you since you here, since you still in my shit. I rather, I like to talk to people directly because I want them to know who, I'm talking to you directly, and I'm gonna make it abundantly clear that I'm talking to you. Like, I don't do subliminals and sneak dissing and all of the innuendos. No, baby, I call names, I say what I need to say, and I move on with my day. Like, I don't feel the need to mock people because I'm cool with being who I am. See, I know there's room at the top. There's more room at the top than it is at the bottom. And a lot of these hoes is bottom feeders. No matter what it looked like, a lot of these hoes are bottom feeders. And it's not because they may have more money than you, more clout than you, more access, more resources, more social media followers, but their spirit is at the bottom. And that is the difference between me and you. You may have more earthly things than me, baby, but spiritually, you can't stand next to me. And that is the difference between me and you. And that's why I know I win all the time. I don't care who's coming against me. I don't care what group, what conglomerate, what organization, what secret society, what gang talking, baby. Spiritually, you're done. You're done, baby. There's nothing for you to do here. You lost. You listen. You lost. You lost. That's why you have to steal. That's why you want to sound intelligent, but you I was like they try to use the words I use, but they can't. They don't even properly use it in a sentence, and they can't spell it. They don't know more than one context of the word. I was just sitting there like, oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. You see, most of you scallywags. The only way that you can really get views is if you want some whole shit. But let's just call a thing a thing. This world feeds off of negativity and low vibrational things. So the only way that you really can get ahead, like quickly, is to be on some dumb shit. That's why you see all of the toxic shit, the reality stars. Like, what's that one girl named E. Kane? When I tell you, that girl is disgusting. That girl is absolutely disgusting. Like, I feel sorry for your children that you online actively setting up a sucking slob at a Motel 6 by the interstate. Like your children have to go to school and know that people can Google you at any time and see you online saying some stuff like that. I feel sorry for you people's children. See, that's the kicker. I feel sorry for your children. Because you can say whatever you want about me, but I have lived according to what I feel like is best for my life. And I don't embarrass my child at all. Even when she's done did some foul shit. But I let it go. But I'm not I don't get online and do the rah-rah and the back and forth because I feel like it's just such a waste of time. There's no money in that. Where is the money? Where is the money? Like I cannot see myself. Girl, I just feel like I'm just too pretty. My body is too bad. I've elevated spiritually, and I just don't feel the need to go back and forth with people that I know can't really stand next to me. I know with the grand scheme of things, like I win and you lose, period. So it's like, argue. Is there any money in that? Like, does it add any value to my life? Does it make me a better person? Like, argue. Like, that's what make you old. That's what give you wrinkles and being bitter and shit. You arguing, going back and forth, doing like rah-rah, screaming and shit. Nah. Like, I'm gonna stay pretty and just let you talk. And I'm gonna go back and go on over here and get this check. I'm trying to figure out how to diversify my income and save for my retirement. I got things to do. I have things to do. I can't come down there. I can't come down there. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But I have just come to realize, like, yeah, like in this life, most of the people that are in positions of authority, even if you think about, like, I ain't just talking about like tarot hoes and internet people. I'm talking about even millionaires and billionaires. I've heard even in business that most people cannot get ahead or get to like billionaire status without doing corrupt shit. Like once you start getting to say like a couple, $4-5 million, that's easier to attain now than it was several years ago. Especially if you like into real estate or trading, there's ways that you can flip $1 million quickly. However, when you start, I would probably say like maybe 50 mil or better. I think that's when you start getting into like the other, the other territory where you got so much money, like you can buy anything, you can do anything, you can buy your way in and out of situations. And sometimes, what do they say? Absolute power, creates corruption. And so it's very easy for people to fall off the wagon. The more money that they have, they lose their humanity and their divinity. The more money that they, unless they are actively grounding themselves and working on themselves, and they and if they had some type of foundation before they got money, that plays a big part as well. But what I've noticed is that to really aspire to have wealth or to be famous or well known, like, it's always on some corrupt shit. It's always on some negative shit. It's always on some hoe shit. It's always on some other shit. It's never like you really honestly took the a path of good people finish last for a reason. Because being good is not rewarded in this life, man. Until later on. Until they don't have any choice but to recognize you. Until you've done so much good that it's undeniable. Like, okay, we're gonna have to do something because people are starting to see that she really is a good person. Like, we can't just sit here and just pretend like we don't see it. You see it, but I just feel like people don't really get ahead honestly anymore. It's always like people can buy their followers, and it's all different type of ways to like trick the system, and it just, nothing is really organic. It's all manipulated. It's all magic, right? It's all manipulation. It's all a trick of the mind, an illusion. We live in a virtual reality that's based off illusions. And so as long as enough people say the same thing and I can make you believe it, you will proclaim that to be true, even if it's not. AKA the Mandela effect. So with that being said, like, a lot of these people in the spiritual community as well as in religious communities, and we'll start with spirituality first, a lot of these women, I will speak about the women because most of the dudes, they seem pretty chill. I don't watch a lot of dude tarot readers because that still is kind of weird for me. But most of the dudes, I don't really see them too many. I've never really seen them beefing with nobody. But these tarot hoes, I done seen so many beefs and arguments going down on the internet. It is ridiculous. It is, and a lot of these people be young. And so I don't, as I've grown through and learned and grown myself spiritually, I just had to really narrow down like who I take advice from. So a lot of this stuff, even if I watch it, I don't take it seriously. Like, when they say tarot is entertainment purposes only, like, there's a lot of you hoes are just entertainment. That's just true. A lot of you hoes are just entertainment and just that. Like, you have no value. You're not helping anybody evolve spiritually. You're not helping anybody really elevate their way of thinking. You're not. You're sitting online with your titties out for views. Okay, you're sitting online with if every video, if majority of your video down your feed, you got your titties out, honey, you're doing that shit for views. Period. I don't care what nobody say. You bitches are not, like, you're not that great. Like, I'm not impressed. Like, you hoes are not that fucking great. And like, the thing about it is, like, I'm okay with being over here in my own lane. I enjoy being an intellectual. Like, I'm not a reader. I don't call myself a psychic, a medium, an intuitive. I don't call myself none of that. My name is Candace. And if anything, if I become myself, it's going to be an intellectual. That is me. I enjoy studying and reading and researching and analyzing information to share with others. That is what I do. Whether that is spirituality, whether that is business, honey, I don't care if it's weather systems or whatever it may be, honey. And if I find it intriguing and interesting, I share what I know because that is who I am as a scholar and a teacher. That is what I do. That's me. I'm way more deeper than just a reader. That's the difference between me and these other hoes. Is that, like, they're just readers. They learn how to memorize cards. They memorized cards. They got on, did the little Google search. They bought some cards on Amazon, and now they're lit. Most of these hoes, they how they get their views is through love readings. so if which is something that I don't watch. I don't watch love readings. I noticed the girls that only do collective readings because they don't know anything about the constellations. They don't know anything about the sun, moon, and stars. They really don't know cards, baby. You don't really know cards like that. Because if you did, you would know the value of understanding astrology. You would know the value of understanding hermetics. You would understand the value of learning universal law. Like, you have to read it to be a shaman, a scholar, like a person is true. But that's what I had to understand. A lot of these hoes don't want to be that. They want to be readers. They want to read cards. They're not really spiritually evolving. They're talking about twin flames all day, baby. The greatest and the longest relationship you ever be in your life is with yourself. So I'm not gonna sit here and have you on a wild goose chase with a runner and a chaser when really you should be taking that time developing your own spiritual gifts and worrying about yourself. Whether you ever get with a person or not, your walk in this life is about you. See, that's what I mean, like real spiritual development. It's not based like, oh, my twin, and all you can talk about is spiritual warfare. All you talk about is karmic shit. Like that's a red flag to me. If every reading you talk about is always on some karmic shit, no. If you just pop up and you're brand new and you're immediately jumping through the gate talking about karmic shit, it's a no. Like I don't trust you. I may listen, but I don't pay that shit no mind. See, you got to learn how to decipher between people that are actually spiritual advisors and actually are spiritually gifted to offer you real information versus people sitting here with their titties out for views. I seen a girl the other day had she was on live with negligee on. Like, what are you doing? So you got it was like a onesie. Just I'm like, why? Because I guess for me, like, doing tarot is a spiritual process. You are a vessel that is channeling information from the divine through cards. Cards are a tool to divinate, to be able to read energy in order to relate to another person or a collective of people. So why in the hell are you sitting here naked? What are you doing? It's just like going to church and the pastor got his dick out in the pulpit. Like, what the hell you mean? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I'm here for salvation or encouragement or motivation, but I gotta sit here and look at you like, girl, put your shit up. Put your shit up, girl. Now, nobody's here for that. What if there are people that do have certain addictions and certain things, and they may find you a valuable person to listen to, but they're distracted because they gotta sit here and watch it, sitting here with your titties out, bitch. Put the shit up. Put the shit up, girl. It's one chick on here. They got a whole stripper pole and her girl. Get out of here. I'm sorry, but you can't still be doing karmic work. You can't be sitting here doing OnlyFans and then still trying to offer me spiritual advice, baby. You have not grown and evolved past your karmic ways. You don't even know how to make money outside of your South Node. So please don't come to me and talk to me about what I should be doing and what, like, that's what I'm saying. It's all karmic shit. It's all karmic shit. That's the only thing they can read about is karmic problems, karmic issues, lost inheritance, the cards that they make. See, these hoes don't even really want to deal with tarot because, like homegirl Shantae said, when you get in that tarot deck, you better be ready to experience what you're reading. It's not just this one side thing where you can just go and pick up cards and just start reading. Like, girl, no, it is a responsibility. It is deeper than that. So this is why these hoes like, oh no, it's demonic. I gotta make my own cards. Like, girl, bye. Them cards are only as good as the value of when you made them. So whatever energy you use when you made those cards, that's the only energy that is ever going to get off, even though life and time and energy is changing. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't take these hoes seriously. I do not take these hoes seriously at all. Like, I don't take you hoes seriously. Like, you need to grow, man. You need to do some more research. You need to start asking more questions. You need to get in touch with people that have done this longer than you, because a lot of you bitches just get on here and they go, oh, I can do it too, and you just start doing shit, but you don't understand the responsibility, man. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm just here to do a message for the collective. No, like, there are people that really need help. There are people that really are stuck in their life, that's going through divorces, that may be in abusive situations, that need spiritual salvation. People that have left the church, that maybe find more peace and understanding on the side of spirituality. And you sitting here with your titties out, girl, bye. But then you want to sit here and mock me because of my situation? Girl, please. You hoes can't even follow a proper diet. You might have 200,000 fucking subscribers, but baby, look at your back. Girl, goodbye. I'm saying, like, I'm watching people and I'm like, there's been no spiritual growth. You're not advancing. The people that I have seen truly grow and evolve as individuals, it's one main person. It's one main person. I would give another one as an honorable mention, but it's one main person. And she, every time I see her and I watch a video, she is on some new shit. She has, it's a podcast, and it's she's doing meet and greets, and like, she's really out here doing the spiritual work. She is really out here helping people evolve and find themselves, man. Because it is about you. Like, even the thing I love about her is that, yeah, she does tarot, but she uses her same deck. She don't change decks. She don't do nothing, no foo-foo shit. She ain't getting no oracle cards. She ain't doing nothing. We just gonna sit here. We gonna read this tarot. I'm gonna tell you about astrology, what's going on. See, y'all hoes aren't smart enough to do astrology. That's another thing that I had to understand. That a lot of you hoes are not smart enough to do astrology. That's why you gotta say, I'm an intuitive reader. I'm an intuitive reader. It's up to interpretation. Yeah, girl, that's remedial. I know it takes a real scientist. It takes a real scholar to be able to read coordinates and conjunctions and trines. I know, baby, it's hard. It's hard, baby. Just sit there and read the pictures. Read the pictures, baby. Read the pictures. That's about all you can do. But then you want to sit here and mock somebody and try to be petty. That's a poor little tink. As we say in Nashville, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You ain't got too much else. So it's like, oh, well, the views are down. I guess I'll just pull my titties out. I guess I'll just sit here half naked and talk in my sexy voice. Oh God, it's just so despicable. I just be sitting there like, oh God, try something new. Golly, go read a book, bitch. Get offline and go read a book. Nobody's hating on you, because I don't want to get ahead the way you did. Nobody's hating on you, hoes. Like I say, I look at them rolls on your neck, honey. Don't nobody, girl. You might have more people than me, baby, but you're obviously not taking care of your body. You're not taking care of your body, honey. Get rid of that tech neck, girl. That wig is still La Synthetica. Get a new wig, girl. That's all I'm saying. Every single time. I can't. I don't like you hoes. And I don't care, because like I say, people will sit here and watch my shit and download my shit, right, and not give me the views. So download my videos and then try to mock me and talk about me as if I don't know. And it's just like, that's fine, baby, but there's no way I'm going to go and watch somebody and make a video and dedicate it to them. Like, I'm talking about multiple times. Like, I'm gonna speak on this and that's just gonna be it. Like, I'll say what I need to say and then I just move on. It doesn't hold any merit in my life like that. it doesn't hold any merit in my life like that at all. It don't. Like, I don't care that much. Like, I don't know. Just like I told homegirl that was sitting here, she was like, "What is your problem with me?" I said, "Girl, I don't even know you. We're not friends." These people really be thinking like they have some type of space in your life. Girl, who are you? If I leave today, I'll never see you again. That's one thing I learned about living in a major city. It's like something will happen, and that's what one of the girls told me when I first moved to California. She was just like, "Girl, don't worry about it. Like, people don't have time to care. Like, people got shit to do. People got real bills and real things happening. People that's really living their life, they don't care about the internet. People that really got money and assets and resources, the most of them ain't even online. Real wealthy people don't care about having a million followers. They actually stay away from that shit because they know that's how they end up getting robbed. People that got houses on the hills, you gotta swerve up and down hills and around corners to get to, baby. They're not online. If you really want to be affluent and shit, you learn how to live a quiet life. A lot of these people don't show their face because they have a lot to lose. There's one lady that I watch, her name is Chloe, and she's been doing YouTube for a minute. She runs a femininity channel, and she's never shown her face. And I just watched her just quietly just grow her channel. She gives great content, and she speaks really well, and she says what she needs to say, and she goes on. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not all about the aesthetics. Sometimes you don't have to be seen. Sometimes your voice alone carries enough weight to where it ain't about all of the glitz and the glamour and the aesthetics of acting like you have something that you probably don't. Like, I don't need you in my business like that. I don't need you to see my house and my backdrop. I don't need you here like that. If you truly just a messenger, baby, I'm just here to deliver the information that God has given to me, or things that I feel that are important that I want to share with other people, and I send that shit off, and I make a video and I leave it. Eventually somebody will see it. Hell, the way these people copy me, somebody's seeing it. This is what I was thinking in the shower this morning. I was like, as I said in another video, other people may get the credit, but I will always get the favor. So like I said, there will always be favor over my life because of the things that I've had to go through, where people steal from me and they lie on me and they do a lot of snake shit. So I will always have favor over my life because I don't deserve that. But I still have to endure the things that other people choose to do, right? So because of that, I'm going to always get what I want. So at the end of the day, you'll be sitting here mad like, oh my God, like she always, like every time I see her, she's doing this and she's doing that. Like, I be in my own lane doing something completely different. I make my own lane because I don't want no traffic. I don't want to be like you bitches, because to me it is, I am a person that aspires to be great. I don't want to be regular, and most of you hoes are regular. In my opinion, you're not doing anything different. You don't add any real value to anything. You're not really raising your collective. Like, people aren't really evolving, in my opinion, because honestly, you're still talking about karmic shit. Like homegirl said, her name was Queen Cup. Queen Cup. She had said, I think somebody was in her comments or whatever, and they were talking about so and so was a narcissist, and she was like, "Listen, there comes a time in your spiritual journey where you got to get past all that. Are you still talking about narcissism? Are you still talking about your karmic this and karmic that?" And it just, she said, I have much respect for people that read karmic energy, but it comes a time where you got to evolve past that. Like, it's just like every reading is gonna be the same shit about corruption, about lies, about abuse. Like, these people have dedicated channels to karmic shit. I couldn't imagine getting up every day reading that shit. I could not imagine being, because to me, you got to be low to do that. Even for me, as a person who wanted to get into law and like being in psychology and things like that, like, I have to be very mindful of the things that I take on for the protection of my own psyche. So like for me, I was thinking about being a forensic psychologist, which means like I wanted to study like cold cases and shit. But all I had to say, Candace, you really want to look at pictures of like dead bodies and severed body parts and shit, like you got to be ready for shit like that. And so for me, it's like as much as I might be good at that, and I know I could crack a case quickly, but it's like, do I want to make a living out of working in dark things? I don't. Even though you're good at something, is it like how long you gonna stay there? How long you gonna stay in the darkness? How long you gonna stay there? I can't. I know, man. Because as long as you stay in the darkness, that's when you become jaded. You become to see life through the darkness, and that's not the reality. That's the reality that you created based on your choices, decisions, and actions. So it's just like, no, I don't want to be. I don't want to constantly, and I'm not saying it needs to be all roses either. Like I said, I don't watch love readings and all that stuff either, because I feel like a lot of that just plays on people's emotions. All people want to do is constantly trigger your unhealed wounds. People need, this is what keeps people inundated and hooked, because they want to feel like, oh my God, this is my person. Your twin, girl, get the hell out of here. Listen, baby, let me tell you something. Life is what you make it to whom you make it with, okay? You have a choice. Now, are there people that come in your life that have meaning? Absolutely. Are there people that maybe you had a past life connection with? Possibly. I believe that. I don't do the twin flame thing. I because I feel like it's an abusive cycle. I feel like it is. I feel like it's bullshit. That's just the way I feel. So when someone says I'm a twin flame reader, I'm like, okay, girl. Okay, girl, with your titties out. Okay, I'm sure you are. Okay, girl. I don't subscribe to that. I think that there are people that come in your life for reasons and seasons, just like you into theirs, and the love of the love of your life is always going to be you, whether you realize that or not. It's you. The spiritual path is about you. Your salvation, your divinity, your ascension is about you. It's not about anybody else. I don't care what they tell you. It is not about anybody else. Yes, there'll be people along the way that'll help you, that assist you. Yes, there are messengers and God's helpers and what I call angels in the outfield. But at the end of the day, it's always going to come back to you. It's always going to come back to you. Period. So, I definitely believe in love and all that stuff, but I'm not going to let nobody else tell me how to get there. I'm not going to let anybody tell me what is or what isn't. I listen, I decipher, be like, no, that's not for me. No, that's not happening. Sometimes when there are things that are going on, I'll listen because it gives me insight, like, oh, okay. But as far as me like hanging on to every word, it's like, nah, girl, I can't really trust y'all like that. Because the way shit is so manipulated in the tarot community, there's so many informants, and I know that the feds are involved and the government is involved in the tarot community. I know that there are hate groups that sit around and watch tarot. So people be like, why don't you never like and subscribe? Because there are groups of people that will target you. They will sit there and watch your comments. And then the next thing you know, you getting doxxed and hacked and you don't know why, because people they got your email address, they got your first and last name. So then that's really all they need. And then they find your social media, and then next thing they look at, oh, well, what city does she live in? Okay, well, we got the first and last name, email address. We've got enough information to hack your shit. This is why I've been very mindful about what I say in the comments and all that shit, because it's a very dangerous place, man. Especially on that side of the tracks. So you be wondering like, oh, you don't have no people are watching, man. People see you. Don't ever get it twisted. It might seem quiet, but people know who you are. People are watching. Period. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. People, they want you to believe like, oh my God, like you're the girl, honey. I'm star. Period. Get up out of here. Get up out of here. So that situation with tarot, like I say, it's only a few people that I feel like they have really actually grown over the years that I've watched it, and now it's just become a cesspool of just like um stripper hoes and homeless people that they're just looking for extra income. That's why they like this one chick has 4 different channels, and she puts out 5 videos on each channel a day. Like that, to me, that is like spiritual abuse, man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's no way you're, and they're like 10-minute. It's just, you can tell you're literally trying to trick the algorithm to make yourself seen because you want to live off of YouTube. You don't give a fuck about people growing spiritually. You know, because you wouldn't do no shit like that. Why would you have 4 channels? Like it, I can't. I can't. And then watch, you'll do tarot for like 2 years. You'll build your following and switch it to like home and garden shit, and say, oh, I got attacked spiritually, so I have to do something different. Like, girl, get up out of here, man. I don't take you all seriously. Like I say, astrology, there is never any beef in the astrology community. I've never, like, astrologers work with each other. Like, that's one thing I noticed. Like, if it's a major conjunction happening, like when Saturn went into an Aquarius, like if there's things that ain't happened in like 200 years, because you have to really study and research to be an astrologer. Like, it's not just for the faint of heart. Like, you really got to be somebody that actually like understands math and coordinates, longitude and latitude, and actually know what trines and squares mean, and understanding the meaning of the planets at that time and what's happened in history during those times. Okay, this happened in 200 years. What happened to, like, you really have to be into that, no matter which astrology you study, whether it's Vedic, tropical, sidereal, or Western. It don't matter. Like, you actively have to be able to like study and research and understand things, and most of these hoes is not gonna do that. So I see astrologers like they'll be doing like lives together and like, oh, what does this mean? And it'll be people from different countries. Like, hey, I'm from Latin America. You in America? Like, what does it mean in your country? What is it like? It's a totally different community. And I've never seen nobody beef over there. But I've seen people in tarot like, I'm gonna put you in a jar. Like, girl, did you just wait? Wait, like, girl, like, or they're like, oh, you were in my dreams last night. I'm like, girl, do you know people can cloak their energy? Do you not know that like who you might be seeing is like just a demon that's using somebody else's face? Like, do you not know that? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these hoes, they don't understand astral projection. They don't know enough spiritually. They'll just say some shit. And a lot of these hoes have mental illness. Like, this one chick, she literally is getting high, but she's on like psych meds and shit at the same time doing readings. Like, I can't. I can't. I don't know what to do. Because I can't go to church, and I'm about done with you hoes too. Like, I can't. I can't vibe with the religious people because they're way too judgmental for me, and it's so much corruption going on in the church, for money and exploitation and abuse that happens behind the scenes. I just can't. I can't do the group thing. No, I just can't. I can't. I enjoy. I found God on my own, man. I didn't find God in a group, or nobody told me how to get there. I found God through my own, through Him walking with me. He found me, baby. I didn't really have to go and find him. He found me. And he was like, hell, if you take my hand, shit, I'll show you the way. So quick to follow people, man. Stop being so quick to just, ugh. You don't question anything. You don't question nobody. You don't do your own research. Like this is how you get took. And then you'll look back 5-10 years and like, man, I really believed it. I thought that person was telling me the truth. No, man, you absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I don't take it personal, you know. I'm feeding people, keeping people's lights on, you know. I know people steal from me, then obviously I must be a big deal, you know. Truth be told, I know I'm a big deal. I know I'm somebody. So I kind of feel honored in a way that, you know, people want to copy. You know, it's a shame because as a person who aspires to be great, I don't want to copy off of anybody. When you really aspire to be like one of the greats, like it's an insult to say you copy somebody else. Wait, what? I copied who? What? Copied? Because you know how much work I put in, you know how much I study and research and write and do. Copied. like to a scholar, like that's the worst thing that can happen. Like when you go to school and like you write papers and shit, and they say you plagiarize and shit, that is the biggest stab in the damn heart that you can get, is to say that you stole some shit or you're lying. Like as a person who is because that's what I'm saying. I have to realize that everybody is not trying to be who I am, and I have to be okay with it. Uh, but I value being a credible person. I value being a credible source, an individual that values their work, and I value what I say to people and how I speak to people and the information that I give, because that's how I was taught, that you have a fiduciary responsibility to tell people the truth. When you study certain modalities, whether that is teaching, psychology, being a doctor of any kind, practicing medicine, a lawyer, a police officer, a fireman, anybody that has like the responsibility of the public, where you have to stand before, where you have to take an oath of some kind, or you are a licensed person, you have a responsibility to tell the truth. You have a responsibility to be an upstanding individual, because the people are entrusting their lives to you, and it goes for pastors too. If people are entrusting their lives or their salvation or their health or their mental health or well-being in your hands, and you're a liar, or you're stretching the truth, or you're not being upstanding, you are putting everybody at risk. Not just them, but their family, their community, the people around them. Is greater than just you, motherfucker. So yeah, you may think I'm extra and I do a lot, but I take my position and my purpose and my life and my calling seriously. Because that's what's wrong with most of y'all hoes. Y'all got your titties out. So you don't take this shit seriously. You here for a couple click, likes, and views. So you ain't nobody gonna remember you hoes. Nobody's gonna remember you. What have you really done for the world? Yeah, you may have 260,000 subscribers, girl, but who's going to remember? Who's gonna put your name in the book? Who's gonna have you on the wall? Where's your name gonna be on the building? Who's gonna remember you, girl? Who's gonna remember you? You're just gonna be one of many. Another bitch with her titties out. Goodbye, man. like, come on. Like I said, we're not the same. We're not the same. We'll never be the same. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of, you hoes pretending. Because like I say, I can go and give back and be of service, and I'm very happy with that. If I can go and read to kids, if I can go to different nonprofit organizations and teach and give people valuable information, I can go down to the library. Like I'm a different type of person. Like I don't really care about this internet shit. I'm a community person. I like to build community with people. I like to connect with people on a personal level and actually watch them grow. I worked in education for many years, so I value people's personal evolution. So it's greater than just getting online and saying what needs to be said for a check. I value my place in this world and how I influence and contribute to other people's lives. That's the difference between me and you. However, I digress for now. I hope this information has been useful to you or someone that you know. I hope that you are having a great day and continue to do the same. And until next time, peace.